Hey, what's up? I'm Trevor, the creative behind Khwalala Studios, where creativity meets purpose. Here we design visuals that talk, from both graphic designing to meaningful stories and visuals. With a touch of perfection and satisfaction, we turn imagination into impact. Stick around, risk yours, and with that
This, make
space.
sure that I arrange it to fit the press. Okay, because I think we can reduce this a bit, something like that. Franklin Chilimwe. Okay, so what Lois is going to be praying is the facilitator. So we're going to let facilitated. Facilitator. Who's the first? Franklin. Okay, I just increase the font a bit. We have saved our project. This is it. So make sure also that you save your project in Pixel so that you don't lose it. Because once you lose it, that means you need to start over again. All right. So you save it as a project, give it a name. So just say podcast studio. So this is my project. So when I need a project, I'll just go on my projects and I'll find the project. So after saving it, this is it. Good quality. Okay. So we can also enhance it. We can enhance our design using other applications or using other computer softwares. For instance, Lightroom. Lightroom is good in enhancing. So you can use an application for a mobile device, Lightroom. Actually, for me, I don't have it because it doesn't support in my device. So, but if you can download it, if it can work in your phone, that's good. Make sure you download Lightroom because it helps you to enhance the colors, balance the white and black. So, but before enhancing, you have to run that. After doing this, this is the time where you send the result to the client for them to review, because maybe somewhere you have mistaken. So before enhancing, because that's another workload again. So before enhancing it, send it for review. So they have to do the corrections. Okay. After doing the corrections, so they will send it as an aggregate collection whereby everything is included, not one by one, because it happens a lot. Sending corrections one by one, you correct this, you send them, they note another thing that you need to correct. So corrections can be tiresome. Another way is to just ask them to take their time, look at the flyer, and give you a bunch of the corrections that have to be done. As you move forward, you come up maybe with a brand policy whereby you can charge other corrections. Of course, it's not unique, but it's work. So some people charge, let's say they want to design for, they have designed and now the corrections is coming maybe more than, there's addition of information, they're removing some information, adding other information, changing this and that, corrections that maybe exceeds 10 tasks. So it's you spend much of your time working on one thing, which is really bad. So what you do now is you request them to aggregate all the mistakes, then they should send as one at once. Otherwise, other people charge, as I said, that they charge maybe after 5 corrections going extra, you pay this much. But as a beginner, you don't have to like that. Do the corrections, just make sure you follow the right strategy. Okay. So before enhancing, that's what you do. You send to them to review. So right now I'm going to introduce you to another applications for enhancing your design. And these are Snapseed. These are Snapseed. Then you have Pixart. So I'll talk about the other pictures, other applications later on, but let's now deal with the Snapseed. So I'll open my Snapseed. So this is my Snapseed. Okay. So this is before, this is after, with the work that I was doing lately, recently. So Snapseed works with these features. These are the tools that you work on. So use it to enhance colors and balance here and there. For example, white balance, you need to balance the white and the black. So for example, let me undo what I've done. For example, you can say tune image. That means you will be working with these tools. For you to come up with the settings, you just click on your screen, scroll it up and down, so it's going to bring this menu. And the bar on top, that's where your scale is. If I add the brightness, look at the scale. Okay, so if you want to add the brightness, you just scroll to the right. If you want to reduce, scroll to the left on your screen, anywhere, any part of your screen. Okay, so for example, here this, I'll just increase the brightness to 3. Then I'll scroll up, increase the contrast a bit to 2. Then saturation, I think my saturation is good. I don't have to enhance my saturation. I'll just maybe put it on 1. Ambient, just put it at 2. So it's not that everything that you have to touch it or enhance it. If it is looking good, you don't need to do anything. Okay, so I'm not going to do with the shadow and the warmth. Okay, I'm good. I'm going to click OK. This icon is for auto. So if I click auto, it's going to generate to balance the colors automatically. So sometimes it brings undesirable results, so you have to work manual, as I have shown you. Okay, then you go to details. You can increase the details. As you can see, you can increase the details. So just put it at 15. Then this sharpen, you can sharpen your design. So I'll not put the sharpen. Then I'll put my tools, curve. We can also work with curve. So the way how curve, these are the presets that we already made by the developers. So you can just select wherever it fits, you'll work with that. Okay, but if you want to work manually, you deal with this curve. Just click on the line, you create points. So you can enhance the color, reduce the brightness, something like this. You can add as many points as you want. So this is before, this is after. The white balance. Okay, so work with that. We will work with these tools. You can crop, you can rotate your picture, perspective, we have already talked about that in Pixel Wrap. Okay, you can squeeze it right there. You can expand your image. You can select, when you select, you can select a certain area. For example, here I've selected, if I reduce the size using my 2 fingers, if I reduce the size, the area in red color is the color that the manipulation is going to affect. So the C is for contrast, B is for brightness. So if I increase the brightness, that area will be affected. The forehead of the man will be affected, as you can see. So maybe somewhere it's very dark, you just want to increase a certain specific area, you can use this tool. Okay, so there's a brush, you can brush person, you can increase the exposure, something like that. Okay, moving on. So I'm just going to reduce the exposure a bit, then see how we can do it. Okay, right there at rest. Then you have the HRD, you have the hue where you can hue some spots on your body, maybe on the body of a person. Moving on to other tools, you have the grammar grow. It's just a grow. These are the presets. You can increase manually, reduce manually, set it manually, saturation, warmth, or you can make manually, something like that. Okay, you just have to be very realistic and creative when dealing with this, otherwise you can distort all your design by adding these effects. So you can just play with the tools and see what the effects does it bring to your design. Choose the desirable preset, creating a black and white. Maybe you have designed, you want to print it white and black, and you just want first to see what it will look like before printing white and black. You can also edit pictures. Your pictures, you have captured some pictures, you want to sharpen them, increase the brightness somewhere. Okay, it's good. But if you have a chance to use Lightroom is the best. Of course, Snapseed has features as well that Lightroom doesn't. But yeah, I recommend both. Okay, I recommend both. Okay, portrait, you can change the head of a person and the position of a person. The thing is, I can't see it. It was supposed to be here, but you can turn. Okay, skin smoothness, you can smooth your skin, eye clarity, something like that. The head pose, oh, I was thinking about this, where you can change the pose of the head. No, yes, so you can change the position of the head. Maybe say it's looking somewhere you want to. So yeah, you can record a video and make it sound like emotion design. It's amazing. It's all about being creative. You can make him smile more, but make sure you don't distort his face. Right, so you can look at the focal length. So yeah, move around, see the tools, the bra, strength, just like that. That's how it works. So yeah, please, you can, there's shapes which you can work on. So moving forward, here you have the vintage. You can add anything. The angles you want to increase, just maybe the angles, bring some color. Just put this gray. The double exposure, you want to include some exposure with some effects. Of course, I don't have the unique effect for this. Put it on right, something like that. So you do with the effects, something like that. Okay, so you can add a text. It's all up to you, but this is how Snapseed works. It's the best. You can add frame to your pictures. It's all about being creative. All right, so this is the interface of Snapseed. If you want to undo a certain edit, you come on top here. These are the layers, I think. So just to undo or revert or view edits that you have done. These are just the details of the picture. Some settings. If you want to save, you just click where there's a sending icon, sharing icon. So it's saved, or you can just click done, it will be saved. Or you can maybe choose to, okay, maybe you're working on a series or a category of the design, series of design. Maybe you want to apply the same effect to the same design, so you don't have to do the same steps again and again. You can make your own preset, so you can save your style. So just click here where it says addition, the symbol of addition, just click addition, then you give the name to your preset podcast. If I save, that means every image I can just, without going to the tools editing, I can just import a picture and just click on the podcast. The effects that we have done will be added onto the picture. If you want to delete, you will delete. Yes, we are done. So this is before. Now I need to show you after. And this is after. So I need you to note on the size. This is 1.09 MBs. The pixel wrap 1.66 MB. So there's a reduction of a core rate a bit. So the core rate of the pixel wrap, it's very good because you save it as very high. If you can save it as ultra, the core rate will be very sharp. So with the Snapseed, the core rate reduces a bit. Okay. So there's also another application, the PixArt. So I've just opened this image from the Pixel app, which we saved from the Pixel app to PixArt. PixArt, you can add effects. It's both offline and online. But with online, you get to use a lot of tools. There's diverse of tools. So these are the tools down here. These are the toolbox for it. You can add, all right? You can add effects, add mask. For example, if I click mask, something like that. If you want, you can rotate it. Maybe you don't want the down part, you can create the eraser. So I know I'm going to do a special reason for these tools. Okay. So I'm going to do a special video for this so that you can see and appreciate how these tools work. Or this is it. So this is after, before, after. You can add effects. Okay.
We'll cut this video here, so it will be in several segments. Make sure you watch them. Stay there, keep creating.